get to. We got to start off with The Undertaker defeating Bray Wyatt. I thought it was an amazing match, and the one thing that really surprised me was The Undertaker was able to perform a tombstone piledriver on the very thick Bray Wyatt 3 times. Truly impressive.
Indeed it was. That was a pretty good match, although I would have to say Undertaker wasn't looking too healthy there for a little bit of the match. He was kind of shaky there.
I noticed that. Now, Raspo, I thought it was kind of crazy how you had The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt have these epic intros, but it was like the middle of the day. It's in Cali, so it's not nighttime. It's funny how these guys basically do these dark gimmicks where everything goes dark. Instead, you had their intros in the middle of the day. I thought that was a little bit weird. It would have been a little bit better at nighttime, but the match itself was cool.
Yeah, I thought, it kind of reminded me of a long time ago when they had a WrestleMania at Caesar's Palace, I think in the 90s sometime, and then as one of you guys stated, I think it was you, RJ, a couple of years ago, they had a WrestleMania down in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
So
love the outdoor venues.
Yeah, so the outdoor venues are interesting. They definitely add another element to it, but you're right in saying that it kind of affected Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker's entrances and their whole character, actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as dark and mysterious when you could see them in the broad daylight.
Yeah, I picked Bray Wyatt thinking The Undertaker would put him over. I should have known that there's no way The Undertaker would lose back-to-back matches at WrestleMania. And like I said, 3 tombstone pile drivers. That leads me to believe that we will see The Undertaker at next year's WrestleMania. We cannot wait. Retro Brett, I know you were very impressed in the Intercontinental title matchup. I missed that one. It was Daniel Bryan, Bad News Barrett, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, and Stardust all climbing on ladders attempting to get the Intercontinental title belt. How did you think of the match?
Oh, that was one of the most epic matches of the night. You had Dean Ambrose being powerbombed through a ladder.
Yeah, he got messed up.
It's got to be devastating.
It's gotta hurt.
Hey, Kyle's favorite. Kyle's favorite.
What was that?
Kyle's favorite move was the Starfall, I believe.
Yeah, I heard about that.
No, it was the
Stardust.
It was the
Starfall.
it was the crop dust.
So what happened here at Retro
Sorry,
Brett?
Brett, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Stardust brought out a customized ladder here?
Yeah, it was incredible.
Bedazzled.
Jewels. I forgot what he called it, but it was something gay, no doubt.
I think it was called the Starter.
Nice, not bad.
I don't know, but we had the between Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, the headbutt war at the top of the ladder to close out the match. That was really entertaining.
Yeah, I was happy that Daniel Bryan got the victory, and it was pretty cool because you had the Intercontinental title belt, which was kind of known as like a minor belt, really not a big deal. Now in the hands of Daniel Bryan, really raises that. At the same time, you had a match, John Cena defeating Rusev, which means John Cena now has the U.S. title belt. So both of these belts, which are kind of on the back burner, are now in 2 of the biggest stars in the WWE. It's definitely a good time to be a wrestling fan. What'd you think about John Cena ending Rusev's undefeated streak?
Well, that was one of the 2 matches I got right last night. But it was an epic entrance by Rusev coming out in that tank.
Yes.
And that'll never be forgotten. But like I said, if not yesterday, when would you end the streak? But it's good that John Cena won, and I foresee Daniel Bryan unifying the Intercontinental and U.S. Championships.
Oh, what? That would be insane. Wow. We'll see what happens there. What'd you think about the match, Raspo? Did you enjoy that one?
Man, I loved the match. It was so good. There was a lot of ladders, a lot of craziness. I mean, it was just, it was trippy, dude.
It was insane, no doubt. I think the intro with Rusev alone made it one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, you're on Rusev's team. I'm sorry, dude. I wasn't paying attention there. I'm still doing this. I'm still doing this fantasy draft, bro. It's killing me.
Come on,
failing, man.
All right, so Rusev, Cena. Rusev rode on in a tank. That was trippy as hell. And
yes,
then,
Brett just mentioned that.
Yeah, John Cena obviously didn't have as good of an intro, but I predicted, you guys, John Cena was going to take this. I think, Brett, you were with me on this one.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed.
I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see Rusev continue the streak.
Rusev.
Who cares about John Cena? There's no way they could have
a lot of people.
There's no way they could have Rusev win. Before the match, they had like a whole like patriotic thing and like, how you gonna have us lose after doing all that? You can't have John Cena, Mr. America, lose to Rusev.
I was
so.
extremely disappointed.
At WrestleMania, no way.
I was extremely disappointed we did not see Vladimir Putin.
Oh, man.
Well, see, I thought he was going to come out
with Arnold Schwarzenegger
and take Cena out, and then Rusev was going to pin him.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't know who was
Start
driving
shooting
that
the tank
tank,
off.
guys. You had Rusev in the tank, but someone must have been driving it. Who
It was
knows?
probably Putin.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got to set up the Putin versus Obama WrestleMania next year anyway. So.
Oh, man, I think
Wow.
Putin would beat that ass. I hate to say it.
I don't know, man.
Now, Raspo, you said that Cena had a pretty lame entrance. How are you going to top coming out in a tank?
No, I didn't say it was lame. I just said
lame.
it wasn't comparable to.
I think it was lame because here's what it was missing. First of all, Cena needed to come out with soldiers, and the one thing I really wanted to see, of course, you had Rusev coming out in a tank. Why not a flyover for Cena? Like maybe some jets flying over.
I thought he was going to parachute in, man.
Oh, that would be amazing, and that would even get the Cena haters on his side. Repping America. Now, 2 last fights we got to talk about. Both of them were monstrous. You had Triple H taking on Sting. We were all convinced that Sting would probably win this one. It was a no disqualification match, which made a lot of sense because you had the NWO and DX get involved. Loved the match here. I don't think it was one of the best ones, Retro Brett, but it was just great to see the 2 classic wrestlers in the ring.
I think it was one of the best matches of the night. It was the only unanimous pick of the night, and we all lost that one, actually.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, who predicted the DX and the NWO? I foresee.
We kind of did, actually.
RJ.
Yeah, we kind of did.
I was thinking about it. I didn't think they would do it.
Well, we said it before it happened, and they're like, once DX came out, they were like, who's going to come out? I was like, oh, it's got to be Hogan. Hogan's got to come out for Sting.
NWO.
And straight up, and NWO come out.
Well, I'm thinking 8-man tag match here coming up.
Here's the thing that confused me, Retro Brett.
Geriatric?
You asked this, but I was really thrown off that these guys shook hands after the match. What was that about?
That was really surprising. I don't know what that was about. I mean, if anyone were to shake hands, I would have thought it would be Sting. But
what'd you think about the match? You were looking forward to it, Raspo.
I thought it was really funny. Triple H coming out in the Terminator get up. We were all laughing at that. That was pretty funny. It was just like you said, a ringing endorsement for it.
It was a little bit predictable when DX came out first. We were like, wait a minute, where's Shawn Michaels? What the fuck? And then NWO comes out, and then Shawn Michaels comes out last.
I like when The Rock took a shit on Triple H's intro. Remember, he made fun of him?
Yeah, later in the show, for sure. I mean, I thought the match was pretty good. I thought Sting, the crowd was chanting at one point, "You still got it." So that you could definitely see that Sting had some fight left in him. It was just, and you predicted it, RJ. I thought it was funny how right before the match you're like, that would be funny. I bet you something's going to happen. Where's DX? All of a sudden they're coming out.
That was awesome. And that's why it got such a big pop. You know, you bring out DX, one of the most popular groups in wrestling history.
Especially Shawn Michaels coming out. That's huge.
But see, I like how they did it because they didn't bring Shawn Michaels out right at the bat. You know, they brought in all the other guys, X-Pac and them, and they all came out. And we were saying that. We're like, what? Where's he at? And then all of a sudden, man, they kept the cameras looking in one direction for a while, and then he's right there behind them.
And it was cool how they were
ring.
alluding to it because I was saying, like Rasmus said, man, I want DX Triple H. I love Triple H. I love the game, but I want DX Triple H. And then a couple times during the match, he told Sting to suck it. I'm like, wait a minute, what's he doing? And then sure enough, DX came out. So that was awesome. And definitely a match that was so epic just to see Sting in the ring. It was like they couldn't really mess it up because Sting looked so amazing. The intro, everything was really cool.
If only Stone Cold would have came out, it would have been amazing.
I don't know why he didn't show up. He's the only one.
He should have showed up and take out The Rock.
Hell yeah. Well, it's funny you bring that up because that was one of the biggest WrestleMania moments. We talked about it earlier in the show. You had Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Triple H, after defeating the Sting and having some pretty big bruises on his body, came back out with Stephanie McMahon to completely shit on the crowd.
And everybody, all of us.
Oh, yeah. The Rock came out to shut them up. It was a really cool confrontation because it was cool how, normally The Rock, he basically just beats you up verbally and you can't even get close. This time it looked like Stephanie McMahon, who slapped him, had the upper hand. It was like, man, maybe this is one The Rock is going to lose. Instead, he slowly, sneakily walks over to Ronda Rousey to bring her up into the ring. Ronda whoops some ass, and it was probably the second biggest WrestleMania moment, only to the main event. Got anything you want to add to that one, Retro Brett? I thought it was amazing.
Well, I called it right before it happened. But yeah, it was pretty cool. What about Triple H, Stephanie, Rousey, Rock next year at WrestleMania?
Oh, we've been talking about that.
Wow.
Now, Raspo, could you handle knocking the bottom out of Ronda Rousey? Could you even pull it off?
I don't know. We could find out if Ronda's down.
We'll try to
I'd
set
like
it
to
up.
she's gonna, she's gonna put your head between her legs and like squeeze the shit out of her head.
Holy shit.
Pop your
man.
eyes out.
You'll
Break your
pass
neck.
out. You'll be like in the camel clutch. You know how John Cena passes out in the camel clutch? That's going to go down.
I mean, I'm down to get freaky, so.
There you go.
You're
Ronda
down,
Rousey.
you're down to get in the camel clutch there?
Watch out for Ronda Rousey.
He doesn't care as long as he's between those legs.
She's the kind of chick that fucks you, Raspo. Just be careful. The
oh,
final event
no
of the
pegging.
night. Retro Brett. Brock Lesnar coming out with Paul Heyman as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Took on Roman Reigns. Now, Reigns had a lot of hate in this match, but he did a phenomenal job. He basically acted as a human punching bag, getting his ass brutally beat. Back at SummerSlam, we saw John Cena get destroyed by Brock Lesnar, so we wondered, was Roman Reigns going to be on the same side of an ass whooping from Brock Lesnar? It seemed to be the case. Getting a ton of suplexes there, 3 different F5s, but at one point they went out of the ring. Roman Reigns was able to get the upper hand, push Brock Lesnar into a pole. Brock Lesnar started bleeding a ton. I mean, drops. It looked like it was a rainforest of blood. And this is at that point, Roman Reigns started to make his rise and actually have a chance to win. You had Brock Lesnar come back in the ring, and one thing that I really respect about Lesnar is just how good he looked at this point when he wasn't winning, when he was getting his ass kicked. You had Roman Reigns give 3 Superman punches to Lesnar. Lesnar getting beat up all around the ring, looking like he's going to lose after a second spear, but Seth Rollins makes a surprise appearance. He comes out with the Money in the Bank suitcase, which gives him the ability to be added into the championship match. It then became a triple threat. Then you had an amazing turn of events where Rollins kicked out Roman Reigns, so you had Rollins and Lesnar alone in the ring. Rollins pulls off a curb stomp, devastating curb stomp to Lesnar, then tries to pull off a second one, but Lesnar catches him mid-air with the curb stomp to try an F5, but just before he can get the F5, you have Roman Reigns coming in, spearing Lesnar, so amazing and epic looking. Of course, Rollins falls down to the ground without being F5'd. Lesnar, after getting speared, rolls out of the ring. Rollins hits Reigns with the curb stomp, covering him up and winning his first ever WWE Heavyweight Championship at this year's WrestleMania. So epic.
In true bitch boy fashion.
I thought it was amazing. I'm happy he won. I
Yeah,
think that's a bad
man.
call.
Always,
K-Mac.
always brings, dude.
He's got the Money in the Bank title. That's what you're supposed to do
He's
with
the
it.
opportunist, man. He let these two just beat the crap out of each other, and then just come in right at the last second
That's
and
smart.
take it.
At the same time,
he
you
didn't
know,
win that match.
He did, and I will vouch for him in saying that this is the first time I believe that a Money in the Bank contender has used Money in the Bank during a match
During
that has
WrestleMania
not
as well.
finished
That's
during
what I'm
WrestleMania,
saying.
and it's a trip. So now we
that
got
cheap shit.
we got the triple threat match. No, it's genius. Just like
Genius.
Seth Rollins has always been, he was the architect of the Shield.
If he doesn't have help, he's nothing.
Well, he did.
Could be right there, Kyle.
Nah, come on.
Oh, he's got a security team that falls around everywhere.
Well,
They-
here's the
they
problem.
didn't
He lost
follow
the
him
match
to
to
the
Randy
ring,
Orton.
yeah, they did. They were
in the ring.
Definitely.
Oh.
But, of course, he lost to Randy Orton earlier on in the night. That was with J&J Security.
Yeah, he loses to Randy Orton. Now he's the WWE champion.
Hey,
Come on.
that's how you do it when you're a heel. You
Yep.
can't do it legit. Retro Bro, what's your take on this?
Well, first of all, I want to ask you, did you intend to make a pun there when you said Lesnar had a rain,
Yeah.
or is bleeding like a rain?
Rainforest, yeah, good call. I didn't intend it, but that's
Nice
pretty much
pickup.
how it. Roman Reigns made him rain blood all over his own face. It was an epic scene to
that's
see
pretty
Lesnar
sick.
all bloody.
I mean, obviously, I think it was a pathetic end. I hate Seth Rollins, but then again, that's the point.
hmm
He's going to make a good champion, and he's going to hold on to the title for quite a while.
You think so?
I know so.
Yeah, I mean, Lesnar was probably the most dominant WWE champion in recent memory, so you have to think that if he gets another opportunity, which I know they were lined up to fight tonight, that Lesnar
He was
hopefully can get back.
Suspended indefinitely tonight, by the way.
Who was suspended?
Lesnar.
Oh,
which means
no.
He's just going to go away for a little bit.
Breaking news.
Come back
What the hell's
like
going
another
on
one.
here, Retro Brad? Of course, we haven't been watching the show here at the Trippy Show. So Lesnar is now suspended?
Well, he went berserk. He was at 5 and everyone in sight. He
Oh my
Michael
God.
Cole, which isn't a upset. But,
Don't give us too many spoilers, Brett. I want to go watch
I
this.
don't know, but anyways, what I meant is Stephanie McMahon said it's enough and suspended him indefinitely.
Wow.
Wow.
No more. You know what?
So does this mean Brock
Wow.
Lesnar is going back to UFC for a fight?
Oh, he already signed a contract.
Yeah, he's got the
with
3-year
WWE.
contract.
Yeah, he's got a contract with WWE. Doesn't mean he can't fight in the UFC.
His contract says you got to show up once every 6 months.
This was a pretty cool storyline, though. I like this, Retro Brett. So you have Lesnar raging after what happened last night. He lost the title despite not even being pinned himself. He was outside the ring when the title belt was stripped from him and given to Seth Rollins. And so tonight, he absolutely lost it.
Didn't let us forget it, by the way.
He F5'd everybody in his sight, including a cameraman. Must have been pretty funny. Now he's suspended. This is going to give it to Seth Rollins, of course, being the title, even longer because he doesn't have to face off with Brock Lesnar.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Now, Brett, do you think that this... I'm just reading this article here. This is really interesting. The WWE stock, what do you think happened to it after WrestleMania?
Must have went up. It was a home run in my book.
Down.
Yep, Brett.
I'd say it goes down.
Brett, you
Really?
are completely correct. The reason is because, you have WrestleMania, this big event. Now what do you have?
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
That's
there's
all
not really
downhill.
anything coming up.
Yeah, it was
soon.
building up and it goes down after WrestleMania.
It actually fell more than 14% this morning.
That makes sense.
After they say Forbes.com says Seth Rollins
Yep.
stole the World Heavyweight Championship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it was pretty shocking. That's the one thing WrestleMania likes to do more than anything else is give you a shocking conclusion, and that's what they did last night.
Well,
Yeah.
they are sporting, as we saw last night, RJ, this new set of programming on the WWE Network, and we were
Yeah.
kind of looking at some of the shows and thinking they seemed like they were pretty cool. What do you think about that, Retro, this new programming?
I think it's a good idea.
Well, I think some of them will be cool, like the Diva Search. Anyone who's watched the wrestling for at least a couple years remembers the Diva Search. So that
didn't
can't
watch
be
that
too
one.
bad. I mean, a whole bunch of hot girls. That's never bad.
Yeah, I think it's
the new
definitely a
Jerry
good idea for
Springer.
them to get new content.
Jerry
The
Springer.
new Jerry Springer one can't be bad.
Ooh. Yeah.
Huh.
Now, here's
is it
the...
something where you guys would keep paying $9.99 for it?
I would pay it just to get the, what they already have. I mean, you already have the special events, which normally cost $50-$60. So $9.99 a month is a good deal in my book, especially for
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania.
I guess
Retro.
Now, I actually have to ask Retro Brett because we all attempted to pick these matches and we all failed miserably.
Yeah.
Retro Brett, how did we come out?
Yeah, retro.
Well, to my chagrin and no one's surprise, Raspo won the WrestleMania with a whopping 3
It was like a
and
Seth
6.
Rollins win.
Wait, what was that? Say that again,
Come
Retro
on.
Brett.
3 and 6.
3 and 6. That's not a
Yeah,
legit win,
got 'em.
Raspo.
It's legit. I
3 and
beat
6.
everybody else. I beat all you guys.
Get out of here. Come on. 3 and
I
6.
am the winner.